What's going on, and welcome to Cinematic Epic. I'm your game master, Adam, and we are going to have a whole lot of fun this session because we always have fun here on Cinematic Epic. At least one part of the party does, whether it's me killing the party or the party being like, hey, we didn't die. So, someone's always having a good time. When it comes to cinematic epic, there are a few ways that this story is told. It is first and foremost the decisions that the players make as they traverse the world. Secondly, the stories that I present to them, the NPCs, the choice screens, as we love doing here. Third is the dice, all the ones, all the 20s that make up all of our adventures. On top of that, there is one golden rule for the Golden Tournament of Cinematic Epic, and that is you are always welcome to try. This is something that the players sometimes take a bit far, and sometimes they tread too passively. Where will they be in the session? Who knows? We'll have to get there when we bring them on in. There's one other way that we set the ambience of Cinematic Epic, and that is with tabletop audio. Tabletop audio is a great way to enhance your settings, your scenes through music and ambience, whether you play online like us or at your table at home. Check it out. It's definitely worth it. On the last episode of Cinematic Epic, things got brutal. We haven't seen beatdowns like that in quite a while. Healith being infused with some darker powers, something that gave him strength beyond means. And he was backhanding people. Anytime you see a backhand in any form of fantasy or anything, and someone goes flying, you're like, dang. And that's what he did. He killed a man with a backhand. So you got to watch out for that. But he did spare Jorvin, saying that the brave warrior did nothing wrong but believe, and he chose to walk his own path rather than going to the aid of Aethos or Upsilon, defying the gods. On another note of defying gods, we had Akama deciding to play an uplifting tune and go against the light of Thespis, which had been blessing him up until that point. Will there be more repercussions to that? Depends on my mood and how much James has sent to my Venmo account. I kid. Can't be bribed. We also saw Thala and Mina take down... I honestly, unjustly, they took down Breelix. He just was a sweetheart, a regular good guy that just was misunderstood. No, they took down the menace that was Breelix in what can only be described as a spectacle of high rolls, because I built an encounter I thought was gonna challenge them quite a bit, and then they were just like, what if we dropped 3 20s and like 2 17s and a 19, and then they just were like, all right, and guess what? We also drop our mic, so that's what happened to Breelix. Turns out attacking a party by himself didn't pay off. But to get the rest of the story and to get things going, we've got to bring our party in. So let's do that. Let's bring on in that group of individuals, and you'll notice that one of our glorious shining faces is not here. So I will have to do my best to be the intrepid youngster Healith. And I do hope Ian is resting, but I hope that means he's also watching live, which means every time I play his character, I hope there's a little bit of like, ooh. But to kick things off, we have none other than Thala.
Yes, we do. But no, again, as always, my name is Alicia. I am playing the character Thala. She is a Neridari from Lunar Port, which I just learned was an island. Yay! No. Adventurer, Gallivanter, which means nothing to you, but everything to Thala. She stands at 6 feet tall, with blue-green skin covered in hardened scales, with webbed hands and feet. Oh yeah. Last time, Breelix, so satisfying. He's been what I feel like has been like my haunting shadow this entire time thus far. Now I have my own shadow again, it feels like, and hopefully not another Brelix in my future. If I meet one, we'll make sure to bring lotion because he needed it.
It's true. You know, again, he was just a misunderstood. Maybe if he had a good spa day, got to relax, you know, relieve some of that tension, you know, he could have been a hero just like the party.
Sure,
Hot tub full of blood.
Yeah, whatever you say.
But next up on our list of heroes, we have the one, the only, the Mina.
Hi, I'm Niru, and I will be playing Mina Graves. She is a treekin, which is a druid-like creature from the evergreen island of Mistkeep. But she hasn't been to her island in a hot minute. She, before joining the party, had been sailing the high seas as a pirate. And she's 6'4", with deep emerald green eyes, and she has bark-like skin. And, you know, she's feeling pretty freaking awesome because, like Thala said, Brelix has been haunting us, so getting rid of him once and for all was amazing. But who knows if it was once and for all? Time will tell. Maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. I don't know. Hopefully not.
Yeah, well, see, now he really could haunt you. He could be like Ghost Brelix, like just coming. You know, funny enough, I pictured just like kind of like Casper. That's like what I pictured, just like hi, fishy. Like he doesn't actually do anything. He's just kind of you know, he just kind of follows the party, mocking them.
You mean peak mode, basically?
Exactly. Next up, we do have the player that is missing. That is the young warrior Healith. Healith is, you know, he's a good old boy. He's from Norlock. He's tall. I believe he also has green eyes. He is struggling with walking this path of his beliefs, both, you know, on this faith side, but also personally. He has chose to defy Ithos and Upsilon and want to save someone that he saw maybe a little bit of himself in. And his journey continues on this precarious path that apparently I now wield in my very hands. So we'll see how that plays out. Up next, we've got Akama.
It's him. Yeah. How we doing, y'all? My name is James, and tonight I'm playing Akama. He is a Stygian Pioneer Harbinger from Veloma, right? He is 5'8", and he has got bright green eyes, and he also has markings that are reminiscent of tattoos that run from his right hand up to his face, and he wears a half face mask, as pictured, right? You know, last time, you know, there was some we did some great things, but it was great helping defeat this fucking scourge that's been following me and my party and just it causing all these problems, harassing my people, you know. But I also got that curse. I got that evil on me now when I had the blessed, and now I feel sad. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Look, you know, I like what we've got, you know, kind of cooking here. We've got some drama. We've got some stories that need some answers. We need some answers that need to know more about the stories they're attached to, which is always one of my favorite pieces. When we got little puzzle pieces, you know, and we're like, well, where does it go? It's not a corner piece. It's fun. Before we can hop into the session, though, we are going to check in on our gold, our tokens, our tools that we can wield as we get in here. And we are a poor group, not a whole lot of gold between everyone. We've got some tokens though, so we can pull those out in a pinch, you know, if we really need to. With the exception up there with Mina wielding one cinematic token. So, you know, we're gonna have to, you know. Oh, I could just bankrupt Healith this episode. I could use all his tokens.
Oh.
Look! If Ian's watching, you know, you gotta message me if you don't want me to just spend all your tokens.
Oh no!
There's a menace.
Oh Oh no.
Who put this man in charge?
Me. I put me in charge. But
Hey, at least Gila doesn't have a crazy accent, so.
True. That was always
He's gotta be
rough
a little
with,
soft
the
boy.
previous- Please, sir, I'd like some more. Without further ado, let's get this episode of Cinematic Epic started.
Literally.
Oh no.
The party, as everyone is like, packing up in Orvatheas to prepare for this journey, Helith actually needs quite a bit of help. Every once in a while, it just seems like his energy like saps from him a bit, and he seems heavy and a little sluggish. It comes in waves. 1 second he's his normal pace, picking stuff up, doing things, and then it's like he gets hit with just this level of lethargy and is just out for a bit. Jorvin of the Titan Steel Paladins seemingly hangs out and around. You kind of, it's not like he's just like in the room, but it feels like if you like go outside to like set a bag, on a cart to head to your transport, you're seeing him out of the corner of your eye, or you see him across the street or the way, etc. Beyond that, though, getting out of Orvatheas is simple. It's easy. The transport is all provided. And for the first time, perhaps in these characters' lives, they experience nothing but luxury. The carts, as they take you down roads, they don't bounce. There's no vibration. The wheels move effortlessly, smoothly. The boats that take you from Orvatheas are the finest ships the Golden City has. Inside, you eat and drink, live and sleep in luxury. You are pampered to your to the extent of your whims as you travel to the High Mark. From the High Mark, you head to Aerinstarr. Again, this entire journey, all in luxury, all in just the best conditions you've ever found yourselves in, period. There's a small part of each one of you that likes it. It's easy enough to shake off from the means in which that you imagine these things come, but you can't help that it feels nice. As you arrive at Aerinstarr, it is a spectacle, to say the least. There are crowds waiting as all of the carts and chariots and horses pull up to its gates. There are light shows going off, dancing through crystal light. And of course, a podium for none other than Kristoff and the emissaries of the Golden City. It seems a bit more serious than you would imagine. You could, as you're approaching, you kind of expect a message of, welcome to the next event, and but there's a heaviness that sits across the Golden group, especially on Kristoff. As he begins to speak, he tells a story of the Golden City's state of being in light of news that has come up.
Welcome back to the Golden Tournament. As you may have witnessed during the last round, during the test of Seraphic Fire, the now slaughtered participant known as the Pale Pirate Brelix made some startling claims. As the voice of our Golden Empress, I'm here to set the record straight about the ramblings of this crazed, irreputable man. His claim that he was hired by our Royal Empress Orem to indiscriminately slaughter Neridari and destroy their homeland is simply untrue. Just as untrue as the Pale Lunatic's claim that our Golden Empress ordered him to burn the Evergreen Isles to the ground. In fact, when questioned by me on these claims, her regal response was, "Who?" As you can see, a clear and succinct sign that she is completely unfamiliar with the man that claimed he had such a fruitful relationship with our Empress. Our Royal Empress hopes that you'll use this slander as a reminder not to believe everything you hear.
And so, with that all stated, we can welcome our heroes, gallant all of them, to Aerinstarr. Aerinstarr's competition won't start for quite some time, so allow these heroes to come. Rest and relax, as there is much to be done here. But before those festivities begin, let's let them in. Let them in. And the chariots and carts all begin moving. As you see in Aerinstarr, unlike in Orvatheas, all of the heroes aren't kept in one area. Each one of you seems to go off in different direction, or the party stays together, but the teams are all off in different directions.
So we're not in the same area.
Yeah, as a group, you're all in together. As the larger tournament, no, you're all in separates.
You're gonna have to go
so
find
we are,
your man.
So I was confused. Okay, I know, right?
Yeah,
okay. As long as you understand that. Okay, cool.
And so as the party is able to arrive at their homestead, they're able to unpack, get things kind of like together, and have a moment to speak on everything they just went through in the trial of Seraphic Fire. And as a reminder, I'm happy to answer questions as Healith. Treat him as if he would be an NPC character, and I will respond as so.
I mean, 'cause I feel like I only have questions for Healith at this point, honestly, because we have no idea what happened. So I'm like, Healith, friend. Last time I saw you, I grabbed who I could through the portal. And then we saw you come back through the portal after it closed for everybody else. What happened in there? Y'all look a little
how'd you
rough.
do that?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I would have told you we weren't going to make it, and it's as if the realm just kept giving us a little bit more time. And then I could hear you all. I could hear Kristoff. And I reached my hand out, and it's like I felt a handle. And I pulled, and I pulled until it just let us out.
You know, I take that back. I remember actually showing up, and we all tried to race, and it was. But you know what? Either way, I'm glad you made it through, because we didn't think you were going to make it out.
I didn't think I was going to make it out. But what is all of this that I hear? Brelix is dead?
We definitely hope so. And it appears that's how it appears. But yeah. When we went into the realm of Lyle, Brelix was there. Even before Mina got there. So I feel it could have also been for Mina, but I feel like that was for, like, if Lyle has to do with trials and whatnot, I feel like that was mine. And I guess we passed because he didn't
Well,
make
that's
it out.
good.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope so. I hope he's dead and
And
gone.
he did. That's what he was talking about. He did say that the queen sent him to do those things.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's what Christoph was talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, I don't know if they're to be believed, to be honest.
but look, as crazy as he was, did he ever tell a lie?
I don't know.
Thinking
Mina, you
back, I
said,
don't.
right?
Yeah. No, he was deranged and horrible, but he wasn't a liar. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe
Well,
Christoph.
the question then is, what would the Golden City gain from the death of your people?
That is a question I do not have an answer to, but a question that I think I need an answer to.
I mean, what would they want at the Golden City? They have everything. I mean, but there's got to be a reason.
Yeah.
Unless,
And
I
why
don't know.
would they want to slaughter the Neridari? What is to be gained?
Yeah, and in terms of that, I'm honestly not sure. I know that there are a lot of stories that went around about the Neridari that weren't the best and didn't present us in the best light. But if we weren't bothering anybody, I don't see. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Can I do some kind of role here? Maybe like I don't have any history, but is there any is there any lore, reasons why, myths about why people might want stuff from either of these people? You know what I mean?
Were we about to rise up?
I'm gonna call that we're gonna call it a history check. And we're gonna call that a history check 12.
I ain't got no history, but I'll roll.
And this we'll say is since the party's kind of collabing together, we're gonna call this everyone one roll for each person. Looking for a
Hey.
12 from at least one member.
Hope one of y'all got some.
I got
shit.
no. I got
Oh,
no history.
Someone got some rolls that now
look at that!
exactly. The 20s. The 20s.
look at that.
Now look,
My goodness, all right.
honestly, that 10 kind of tracks for her because she doesn't know a whole lot.
And then I am just going to combo this with a investigation roll as well, and our two 20s. So if you rolled a 20 in the last one, your challenge rating is going to be 9 for this. Everyone else will be 13.
Damn. This ain't gonna be. This
I
ain't
did
gonna
it.
be. This
I
ain't
did
gonna
it.
be my day.
I did it, y'all. Whew.
So the train of thought.
Got that out the way.
The train of thought is basically as everyone's talking, trying to figure out like what are significant moments, telling like little brief stories they know about the Golden City. One thing that everyone latches onto is the destruction of the Golden Fleet. It was kind of this mysterious act that had been like people knew it happened, people like didn't really know its means, and then it comes through as a group that there was an Ambervalian text about it that was like some group of heroes of theirs had gone to the city of Nullhix on an emergency transport, and one of the things that was transcribed in the telling of the story was a quote in which that said, "She is the destroyer of the Golden Fleet." Someone owning up to the destruction of the Golden Fleet. Now, this is something that is in no other text or history. This conversation kind of starts to go nowhere for a bit until Akama has a moment where he goes, whoa, wait, hold on. And he pulls out a map kind of the general area. And you realize that the area in which the Golden Fleet was rumored to be destroyed, it crosses the Neradari path along its way.
Okay.
And so that is as far as the group with the information that is available to you all. That is as far as you've gotten. You are able, you know that there is someone who takes credit for the destruction of the Golden Fleet. You know that the route that you would take to go to the area that fleet was rumored to be destroyed passes through the Neradari territory, and then you know that shortly after the rumor of the fleet being destroyed was when the Brelix, if he is telling the truth, story would have come to be.
Okay.
So she thinks we destroyed her boats.
Yeah, maybe did y'all? I mean, it seems like it probably wouldn't have been a bad thing for people if the fleet wasn't, rolling around. Like, I guess I feel like, would y'all have had reason to do that, or someone from your people?
For what? We went fishing. We sold fish. I don't.
You don't have there's no trails of Neradari warriors or anything like this?
Not in recent times. All of what was left were in Lunarport because we were safe there. And I don't understand.
Well,
And all they ever talked about was fishing, and fishing was life.
The ball was life. Mina, what about you? Did your people fight? Do they have any reason to be destroying these boats out here?
No, my people aren't. I mean, our goal is, to preserve nature and not to destroy. We're peaceful. We keep the knowledge of the natural world. So there wouldn't be any reason that I can think of. But no warriors.
Okay.
We fight if we have to
warriors.
defend ourselves. Yeah, we fight if we have to defend ourselves, but only in self-defense.
Okay.
Now, I will say the whole reason that we're on the island is because of stories of, I suppose, similar things happening. But all of the people who have been here much longer than I have always told me that none of those stories were true. And I have no reason to believe that they were lying, because if we could do all that, why are we hiding on an island? It never made sense.
I guess I'm gonna have to do some research next time I get the chance. Some investigation.
Oh.
You hear a horse coming up the way towards towards your homestead. It's a Golden City envoy. He simply drops like a letter kind of down into your mail slot area and begins heading on down the road. As you As you look into it, it simply is a summons to the front for the proper opening of the Aerinstarr Games, and that you are requested, though it does not seem to have much air in the May. It's a must. It gives a time. You have some time to like gather up, but for the most part, the party needs to head there with a level of haste. So is there anything that people would want to do before heading that way?
What are we wearing? Do we look crazy?
I'm sorry?
What are we wearing? Do we look crazy out here?
That is up to you what you want to wear.
Well, I do also need to note that because we milestoned, I now have the what's this shit called? I have armor of legend.
You need the armor?
I needed it for purposes. So yeah, I have the armor of legend now on my fucking what is my normal stuff I wear? Pretty sure it's just tribal armor. Yeah, that legendary tribal armor that's recognized everywhere I go now.
Got it. Noted. Thank you.
Like, oh my gosh. No, I'm over here like, I don't know, because I don't even have anything different to wear. Remember, I never got to get new clothes. So,
True.
Nope.
True.
Mm-mm. All I'm worried about is whether or not we remember to bring that box. That's all. The box. It's called the box.
I think we should probably prepare to go soon, says Heathcliff.
Yeah.
But the benefactor, he seems to be active. And he pulls out the benefactor's box, and it seems to has resumed its glow.
Odd.
All right, open it up.
Let's open it.
Yeah.
Hello, Free Agent Team B. It is your benefactor. Before I was so rudely interrupted, I was about to grant each of you the favor that you've earned from me. Let's not waste any more time. Thala and Mina, you want the ability to master a skill of your choice without the pesky need of someone training you. Child's play. Consider your favor granted. Akama, you want a history book of the divine that chronicles the rise and fall of gods in the realm. Fortunately for you, I have that exact book in my personal collection. Consider your favor granted. Heathcliff, you find yourself wanting direction after denying your mentor. Consider your favor granted. Now you are an Aerinstarr and you made it further in the tournament than anyone could have possibly imagined. I'm very proud of you. But your survival only means that you keep company with increasingly dangerous opponents. I'm in a giving spirit, as your benefactor. So for making it this far, I want to give you all a stipend of gold.
Oh.
Use it to prepare for what's ahead of you. Speak to you soon.
Thank God.
Because we's broke out this bitch.
Damn. I didn't even
Broke as
consider that
hell.
I could. That's some bullshit. Wait a minute. I didn't even consider I could have mastered some shit with this paper. That's some bull. Damn it! Why'd I have to do shit trying to work my story? Damn! This is some bullshit.
So wait.
Everybody's dangerous out here. I'm about to get beat up. Some old bullshit. Wait a minute.
sorry.
That's what y'all got. It's like ah! Starts punching the air.
Punching air.
Heathcliff seems to kind of shuffle and like move something from one pocket to another. Well, I guess we should get going.
I'm over here like, what? Why do you seem nervous today? What is going on?
If I'm being honest, I really just don't know how to process what happened in the Seraphic Fire challenge. I killed so many people.
You want to talk about it on the way?
If I'm being honest, no. But I have to trust you all, so I will. Each person, we all hop in the chariot and begin heading down. He's hesitant in his story that he tells, and you can imagine there is probably more to it. Whether it's more that he actually doesn't remember or is omitting is kind of up to you. But the gist of it is that he was battling, and he felt like he was fighting normal until he looked around him. And he was moving beyond the speed of any of the other combatants, dodging their attacks, and their abilities just felt like he would watch it in slow motion as he would bat something aside. He would catch something easily. He endured attacks from the Titan Steel Paladins that hit him directly as if it was a child throwing a stuffed animal. At one point, he struck a fatal blow on Jorvin that Jorvin just ignored. And at one point, Jorvin struck a fatal blow on him that didn't seem to matter. And he just he kind of, as he talks more and more about it, he talks kind of in circles, nodding up at certain points, and kind of has a moment of like, he sees that the destination is getting close and is like, well, we should get ready for that, because and you can tell it's a mixture of confusion, fear, doesn't really know what to make of it himself, as the youngster of the group is racked with the things that happened to him in Seraphic Fire.
Well, we hear like a lot of things happened here. Well, sometimes, even if you don't want to talk about it, sometimes talking about it helps you work through it. I have to talk about things a lot out loud sometimes because it helps you process sometimes when you say it out loud.
That's fair. If I feel like anything's really knotting up in me, I'll make sure I reach out.
Yeah. Don't be a stranger.
As the party reaches the grand ceremony, again, there is a new Golden City delegation. Only this time they're in they're far more like regal attire, gleaming with golds. There's no dourness. There's no somber tone of dismissing the lies of Brelix. They open up and they begin to tell the story of Aerinstarr. It is a place where once great war happened between elves and dwarves. The elves of the forest, the dwarves of the mountain. This war saw so much back and forth, so much territory flipping daily between the two. When the Age of Darkness came to its crashing conclusion, the elves were in charge of the mountains. The dwarves in charge of the forests that surround it. Both sides originally thought they would just negotiate for peace and that they would trade back their territories. However, they found that neither side wanted to. The dwarves had found a kinship with the leaves and the sky, the bark, the hunt. And the elves had found precious gems and metals that spoke to them on levels they thought only attunable by the stars themselves. And so the two races, the two nations, decided to keep the territories they had claimed. The elves would then live inside the mountains of Aerinstarr, and the dwarves in the forests around it. It has been this way ever since. He goes on to talk about how this challenge shall put the heroes to a new test. Because in this test of astral air, it's not just about fighting the other teams. you're going to be fighting yourselves. In a manner of speaking, of course. That's because we will be sending every combatant here to a place many sophisticated folk, and he references the other mages. You would note that Anguin is notably like, as he is still standing next to the Archmages, but he is clearly off the Archmage like pedestal.
Yeah.
Damn. Demoted.
As a place called Allware. Where is Allware, you might say? And he addresses what you would imagine are kind of like the general citizenship. Allware is a place where everything and nothing meet. It is simultaneously everywhere and nowhere. Every win and never. And so the heroes will be, well, in our last competition, it was the gods themselves that had created the realms around the heroes. This, instead, will be what slips out from the cracks of each and every hero. Of course, the Golden City's champions will lend nothing to this, as they are clad and ready for such an endeavor. But some heroes, sloppy as they might be, and he looks over to the party while saying that line, might find a place like Allware rather difficult. With all of that in mind, the Golden Queen, the Golden Empress, has decided that each of the heroes shall be pampered to the highest standards of both the Golden City and our host nation of Aerinstarr. He goes to continue talking, and for the first time in quite a while, the Golden Empress waves her mouthpiece, Kristoff, off. Oh, my liege, please, if you wish. And he backs away from the podium. You do note that while he is happy to serve his empress, there is a little bit of like, it's my job, fine. She steps to the podium. This is going to be a challenge for all of you. Some of you might even find that Allware crushes you under your own weight of indecision, regret, your memories, your future, all of it, and none of it. But as my esteemed mouthpiece would state, we are going to pamper each of the heroes to the golden standard, and that, of course, of this host nation of Aerinstarr. This will mean spas, food, rest, relaxation. Aerinstarr has provided memory stones to help delve into the cracks and crevices of your own souls, your own psyche, and from that to repair yourselves, or be broken more by it. On top of that, we have reached out to any to whom would call themselves close to you, as we will have a visitor's day, so that you may bolster your strength from those that cheer from you, from so far out. Heroes that are left, I have but one thing to say to all of you as we approach this competition. Impress me, or get out of my tournament. And she steps back. Well spoken, my liege, my empress. So, all of these accommodations have been acquired, and that, well, is it. Prepare if you can. If you can. And again, he shoots kind of a daggered look over at the party. Any other adjustments shall be made at an appropriate manner. But for now, heroes, enjoy Aerinstarr and try not to get into trouble. They are newer ally of the Golden City. And the Golden delegation heads off the podium.
Like my bitch.
As the assembly kind of dissipates, Aerinstarr representatives come up to the party and begin leading you. First, it is everything that they spoke of. You are all lavished in super fine robes, in hot springs. You are given, again, decadent foods and drink beyond your wildest imaginations. You find yourselves more rested and comfortable than you've been in quite some time. And then you're all led into a room with 5 glowing gems. Each one of you starts walking up, and there's a symbol in front of each gem. The Aerinstarr representative would tell you that each one of those is your name. For it is written in an elven dwarven dialect that's kind of been put together for these rituals in the past. As each one of you approaches the memory stones, Healith and Sneed are the first to reach out and touch it.
About him.
As the two of them grab their stones, you watch Healith vibrate. His eyes become this glossy white, and he stands completely still. The only thing moving is that you can see ever so slightly that he's breathing. Shortly after Healith touches his, Sneed vibrates around, winces a little, and his eyes close. And all you see is his chest depressing ever so slightly.
Well, guess we better get this over with.
As Akama reaches out, the vibration, the twitch, his eyes milk over, and he stands there. Akama, you find yourself tumbling through your own thoughts, different points in decisions you've made. You see the journey that you've been on thus far ripping past you, and then a simpler time in your village. The wind blows. You hear in the distance creatures rumbling through the forest. They're both ominous, but at the same time comforting sound, as it lets you know that this place, your home, it is alive.
Dinosaur roar.
You see a gathering of children around your elder. Your elder telling them the story of the Titansteel Paladin. Of course, in this telling to children, as you had always been told, they don't delve into the true nature of what happened. This is the childhood version of a great beast who came from the jungle, clad in armor, to whom the heroes had to fight in this heroic battle, where only together, bringing their wills together, a group was able to overcome it. You know this not to be the truth. You know that it wasn't a great beast, it was a man. And you know it wasn't the unity of multiple. It was heroes giving themselves into chimeric magics that allowed them to fell the man. As she continues to talk and tell this story, the story itself starts to change a little bit. 1 second you're listening to her say, the monster, it attacked, it came with great claw and beast. And then it's as if her words skip and you don't hear the same story anymore. And you hear, his sword, it swung, decapitating hero after hero. And it keeps changing until she's telling the very version of the story that you've heard. This dark tale of this monstrosity of a man who came to your town, saw something that invoked hatred in him, and he engaged in battle. And soon, the children are no longer there, and she's speaking directly to you, and she's telling you the exact story that you had heard. As you're taking this in, you like go to try to find a sense of comfort, or go back to the village that you were just there, the simple time. As you turn, you're not there anymore. She's not there anymore. You're just around a fire. The villagers, Sho, Doza, Liko, sit with a fire around you, and you remember that this was the night that you got picked to go to the tournament. You were sitting around a fire. You were joking. You mocked. You remember they looked over at you and went, "What if you're the one chosen, Akama?" And you look back to them and you spoke your joke. You didn't think you'd be picked. You said to them,
No, that they don't want me going. No, it's gonna be you, Doza.
I don't know. It could be you. You could tell the playfulness in his voice while he encouraged you. You could tell that he was confident that you were right. You remember going to the ritual as one member would be chosen. But it was you. Everyone stood around for a second. Some accepted it immediately. They had asked, and they were answered. What more is there to it? This was the ritual. Does not matter the answer that it gives. The second we question these types of rituals, the second the ritual itself has no meaning. Others wondered if darker means were at play. How could this have happened? Akama? And tons of words, all with the air of respect to you. Constantly was stated, with all due respect, I don't mean anything by it, and yet the words that followed were nothing but negative.
Haters.
Not good enough. Not strong enough. Not experienced enough. Not far enough down the path. And yet, here you are. Continuing this journey that you were found unworthy of.
Don't listen to that.
As you feel yourself begin to come back to a state of lucidness and this dream, this memory, this whatever experience begins to kind of tether back, and you see other memories start to, like, in the corner of your eyes play out as if you're coming back to conscious thought. There's a moment where you look at the people around you and then their faces contort and twist and turn, and you see beast and claw, fang and wing ripping on and turning and churning, and each one of them in a very chimeric fashion. As you begin your journey back to consciousness. This is all happening currently, so to both Mina and Thala, what you see is just, he touches the stone, his eyes gloss over white, and he's like, and then you just see him breathing.
I don't like the look of any of this.
No. But we have to do it, so I guess I'll do it.
As Mina reaches out and touches the stone, again, you see her eyes gloss over white, and then she stops moving, and you can only tell she's alive by the breath she draws. As you begin to travel through these memories ripping past you in a similar fashion to as described to Akama, you see Mistkeep over and over, and you keep having this sorrow but joyous feeling that you're going to see Mistkeep again, and then your reality rocks. You hear the ocean and the rock of a boat. You're back on the ship. You look around and you see that you're, in fact, in your pirate garb. You're the very gear that you wore as you were a swashbuckler amongst the sailors. It's hard to see too far into the distance as it's dark. It's night. There's a slight chill, but that never bothered you, so you were the one that operated on the top deck on these types of calm, boring, sometimes eerie nights. You remember this. Wait, no. This isn't a peaceful memory. This is something else. Almost before being mentioned to, you turn. Of course, you see her. It feels like forever since you've looked at her face, but Mara Bloodsail. And she's upset. She's had some confrontations with Brelix, the man, multiple times, and she's brought them up to you at each time you try to give her advice, but what are you to do against this new first mate? You imagine it won't be long till he's captain. It seems that it's a force of will of his to keep rising up these ranks. Each rank he does, the ship goes from just pirating to something far more brutal. I've done something I probably shouldn't, she speaks to you. I know we are not supposed to keep to ourselves, but I have. Brelix knows. I know he knows. He's gonna have my head for this. What am I to do? And you remember your words.
What does Brelix know?
I kept to myself things I found from... And she's pained because she doesn't want to say it to you because she knows from where you come.
Oh.
From your home. If he finds them, he'll kill me. What do I do? The
Give them
thoughts.
to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said, give them to me, and I'll keep yourself safe.
I don't see why not. And you remember that night, the two of you went into the underside of the ship. She was, getting, like chests and treasures and such, all of which that she had earned through this pillaging. One thing that was to be said about Brelix is he was brutal, but the crew had made more in their bounties than ever before. Underneath the things that she had earned through the right of claim, there was a small wooden box. And even the dirt on the box made your heart sink in memory of your home. It's almost as if you could hear it whispering and longing to just be returned to some semblance of peace instead of this dark, cramped environment. She goes to grab the box, but then the door is kicked open. Brelix points over. She barely covers up the like her belongings as the rest of the ship turns in, and you realize it's mutiny. Brelix isn't gonna wait to become captain. He's gonna take it. The night, everything that happened as you had to fight your way off the ship, you and Mara having to make your way through, some of the men staying loyal to the captain, others, most, turned by the greed and the want of Brelix. You made it to the top of the ship, and you told Mara that you just had to jump, you just had to go. She was scared. She said there's no way she lives in these waters. It's too cold for her. You've informed her. What life do you have here? She agrees to jump with you. 1, 2, 3. You leap. But as you look back, indecision held her. As you plummeted into the ocean. And you watch as she stands on the deck as the boat pulls away from you, and the sounds of battle continue to rage on the boat. It didn't take you that long, at least not by the way that Treekin and their protectors experienced time to find another boat that could take you at least to a town or something. It was there in this town that the whispers of the Golden Tournament would eventually catch your ear, and you would begin your preparation. You often think back to Mara and what happened there, and what level of indecision could have gripped her so much that she'd die on that boat with Brelix. You feel the memories start to pop up around you as you see different events and different moments in your life as you are coming back to you. While all of this is happening, as Thala, I presume you would reach out to your stone.
I don't think she has a choice, does she?
On that, we are going to actually go into we are going to take a quick 5-minute break before we jump into the sidebar, because I like to let things marinate a little bit. How ominous is it to know a sidebar is coming, but to not even know what the sidebar is about? That feels like just a great and grand moment to me, as we give our players a much-needed 5-minute break, except for Thala, who now has to wonder what's coming on the other side of these 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cinematic Epic. I'm your game master, Adam, and this session's been a doozy. Traveling back into the past of our characters, getting to see little glimpses of things that, have happened. And of course, being introduced into a new city. Aerinstarr seems pretty cool. Elven mountain goers and forest loving dwarves. Who doesn't love, subverting some, standard, fantastic things. The only way we can know about this ominous sidebar that is approaching here rapidly is to bring back our party so that way we can continue forth. So we've got 2 party members, and now it's time for a sidebar with Thala.
I'm like, he's prolonging this on purpose.
As we enter the sidebar with Thala, as you go to reach out and touch your stone, you hear a voice go, "Wait." As you turn, it's none other than Skem.
Scam. I know that voice anywhere.
If you don't mind, I would like if we did this together. And holds out his own stone, only it is wrapped in what looks like a ceremonial cloth of the Aerinstarr. He places it on your pedestal as well, and then he carefully sits there and remarks a version of the elven dwarven thing marking his own name.
So, you mean we both see each other's at the same time? Like we're both going to see both of ours?
Yes. If that is okay with you. And he reaches his hand out to hold your hand before touching his stone.
Yeah.
And as you grab hands and he grabs his stone, you feel yourself being pulled first into his, for a split second, you see you through his eyes. And then you plunge into these thoughts and you see nothing but this churning maelstrom, decapitations, brutalizations. You see people being ripped in half. You see, from Skem's own vision, him just punching someone until it's not someone, it's just gore. It's this maelstrom of combats. You see no peace in any of it. And then every once in a while, you catch just a glimpse of your own face, your own little tunnel, as if the only thing that isn't violence enwrapped in Skem's mind is you. All of a sudden you're in a forest. You can tell by the fact that there are trees all around you, but in no other way do these trees look familiar. They seem like older trees. Their bark is thick and almost scaled-like in some ways, and you're unfamiliar with their origin. You see snow and frost that covers the ground. You see men and women adorned in the similar garb that Skem would wear as they board boats. A man tells Skem, "Not this time, boy. You have many days to grow still. You stay, find something to make you useful." And these boats all begin to leave and depart. And from this viewpoint from Skem's vision, he runs as a small boy down by the docks. And at first you think it's to wave off the boats, but he jumps into the water. You feel its cold rip into you, far colder than any waters that even your own people would delve into. It's frigid. His eyes are almost frozen shut immediately. In this blackness, he reaches out and grabs something firm, and then is heaved through the waters. You realize as his senses start to come back that he grabbed the anchor of the ship. He clings onto the side of the boat, frigid and freezing, until he knows that no one would be on the top deck. He slinks over the top of the boat, freezing. He dries himself off, and he changes into what he can scavenge from the top deck. And he finds a place to stow away. You feel this overwhelming sense of pride. You know it's not your pride, it's his. This is his memory, but as he knows he's going to be on his first pilgrimage, his first raids. And that's when you realize what this is. While it never affected the Neridari in particular, you do remember hearing of these folk that would sail down from the north in these huge war parties, and anything and everything that they could get their hands on, they would take. Towns, cities, golds, gems, rumor even said people. And they would take them back to the north, where they lived. These free folk that had no cities to countersack, no government to wage war against, just tribes that moved whenever needed. And so they became this thorn in the side of many of these their neighbors, as this looming doom that would come ever so often. Skem was so excited as a boy to join this. He feels the boat go against shore. He hears war horns. He didn't think it would be this quick. He's so excited. He hears screaming. He hears panic, and he's overjoyed as he grabs his axe and he stands up from his hiding place and he hops over the boat to join into the want and destruction that his people are bringing or being brought to. Horror rips into Skem as he looks, and for the first time that he's ever heard, they were ready for this raiding party. They were ready. They waited. He sees cavalry. He sees cannons. He sees an ambush. His people are being brutally butchered around him. No quarter given. Those that would try to yield, Skem hates. For why would they yield instead of dying on their feet? But it just means they're killed on their knees. Skem rushes into the combat. He swings at a man. His first strike finds home and rips into the man's neck. Blood gushes out from it. He screams a war cry, turns, and then is hit by something in the head and is unconscious. He wakes up in a cell. You experience weeks in this cell, barely being fed, mocked and pseudo-tortured. They spare him slightly since he's just a boy. And then one night, one of the guards didn't lock his cell correctly. Skem heard its latch not fully click into place. With his emaciated fingers, he reached into the lock, and he tore his skin near down to the bone so he could find the mechanism and click it out of place. Skem found the guard sleeping, and with the guard's own knife, opened his throat. Skem realized in this moment he could escape into the forest, but he wanted revenge, and so he found it. One by one, he collected each guard's head, none of them expecting someone to escape, no one expecting it ever to be Skem that was unleashing this bloodshed. It raged more and more over, until this small guard camp was nothing but corpses, and it felt like a blur. And then a whispering voice from the woods It sounds like the mocking tones of a fae from the stories that you've so been told. And you watch as Skem heads into the woods, plunging ever further into these thoughts of darkness. From this, Skem would be ever changed. Something darker within him could well up. You see his hands shake as his skin grays and his fingers elongate. His muscles ripple with strength. And Skem would have his vengeance against every lord, every lady, every soldier. He would have his vengeance as a destroyer.
Yep.
A monster that would rip through the lands. It's not till Skem was at the breaking point. You could feel his very mentality teetering as if about to break and fully be consumed by this monstrous form, unwilling and unable to let go of this rage. And it's only because of an accidental meeting with Dawn and Russ that he was even able to remember humanity.
They have that effect.
All of a sudden, you feel yourself being pulled back. Again, the tides of gore, war, battle, death. And now you're standing next to Skem in the present. I thought it necessary for you to see. I did not know what you would see, but I hope you do not think less of me for it.
No. But also at the same time, it was you.
Yes. I could feel Brelix. And something in my heart told me that you needed me.
We're going to have to talk about that later because I'm curious about that. But no, you did tell me that you have done some dark things. So I wasn't expecting everything to be good. I could definitely say that. But I wouldn't. I would definitely not say that I think less of you. It seems like you wanted to do what you knew, and then it didn't turn out the way you wanted. And sometimes things happen, we're put in situations, and we have to get out of them. And they might not be the best way, but sometimes you kind of got to do what you got to do.
If we're to be together, I wanted no more secrets between us. And he then kind of gestures to your stone.
Oh, fun. All right, well, I guess here we go.
As you grab onto yours, again, you feel the experience of churning into this. And this one, as you got to hear the rest of the parties, we are going to go back to the party so that they can hear this side of things.
Okay.
Why is it all dark in there? Whoa!
As you grab onto your stone and you feel all these memories start rushing past you, moments in time, little bits and bobs, you see your city. Kind of. It's like you've heard your city described. Everything feels so much larger, though. I mean, you knew it was grand, but everything feels as if it's 2 times the size it should be. Doors feel massive, and buildings tower overhead in this aquatic infrastructure. And then as your hands reach up, you realize they're tiny. You're a toddler.
Like a Maya baby.
Everything feels kind of off in this blur of like you're seeing things and they kind of are moving shapes, and some things kind of like click into place in your vision, but other things kind of feel malleable, and you hear screaming. So much screaming. You hear a pop, a shattering, like grinding noise as you look up, and there's just a sharp barb through the wall, and you hear this cranking, this clacking as the door flies open. Your father runs over to you. It's a blur as he picks you up and you run out of the room. You hear a cracking sound as water rushes in to the room that you had just left. You turn back and there are just men, humans, elves, and dwarves in some garb of color. It almost like the stories you've been told. Pirates? They sing, shanties and sea songs that are silly folk. What? And then you watch as one of them charges forward and just cuts the Neridari down. They're dead. Blood just all over the floor. It's every time you try to look away, you can't until your father's hand covers your very face. And as he begins to run more and more, he's panicked. He's trying to figure out which way. He turns. There's more of them. He turns to the right. There's more of them. You hear a voice echoing. Slice. Fishy. Slice. Fishy. These men are all around. You see Neridari everywhere. And even though you're underwater, they set this place ablaze. And as water rushes in to touch the very fire they use, it's not extinguished. The water flows over it. It just seems to relight. Everything's breaking. Everything's... It feels like you're passed around from Neridari to Neridari in this experience of rushing from place to place, from room to room, from setting to setting, as more people you know. Neighbors, gardeners, people that you had been introduced and told, Thala, what do we say? You said thank you as they handed you things, or you handed them things. And people came and took them, butchered them. The last thing you remember as you're shuffled around from person to person is this fleeting moment of jettisoning away from your city as you watched tower, wall, dome, and building crack and break. The water rushing around you, and you shed tears, but no one would know in the sea. and you feel your memories rushing back as you realize you had locked this away. You would have told anyone that asked that you've never been home. Not truly. And you find yourself approaching back to conscious thought. Two things happen as the party all begins to reemerge. We're going to start with the Akama one. Akama, you kind of come into to focus like first. This is only split seconds before. But I need you to roll a perception check. And that perception check is going to be 13.
Oh, okay.
You would note that as you come out and you're like, and you look, one, to your right, you see Mina, eyes glossed over white. Thala and Skem, eyes glossed over white.
Oh.
To your left, you see Healith, eyes glossed over white. And then Sneed, eyes closed. You do a quick double take around to the rest of the party, but when you look back at Sneed, his eyes are open. And he kind of gives you like a... that was wild.
Press F to doubt. Right. That man's reaction.
As Mina... I'm sorry?
Can I insight his reaction?
Absolutely. We'll call that Insight 14. 14, yeah.
I have a 2.
Oh.
No. Seems legit.
Your attention is kind of like distracted and Mina, you see this as well as you come to. You both watch as like Healith's hand like starts to shake, and then he like starts to violently kind of like move, and then he doesn't just open his eyes, he goes flying back from his pedestal, and then he just lies there catatonic.
Dang. Can I go and investigate his person and see about some caregiver roles or something?
Absolutely.
Same.
As the two of you head over to him, Sneed joins, and on top of that, the attendants of Aerinstarr. While this is happening, we are going to do a quick... Oh, sorry?
Can I also, while caregiving this man, can I also surreptitiously check his pockets to make sure that wasn't a ring he was moving around his pockets earlier today?
100%. You don't need to roll for that, as he is unconscious and not paying attention, or can't defend himself. You go to the pocket that you saw him move something to, and it seems to just be a map.
Okay, well, I'll leave that be. That's fine.
While this is happening, we are going to go over to once again, a quick sidebar with Thala.
It's popular today. Oh, look at that.
As you come out of your vision, and as this you see Healith, and as you kind of like go to react to it, Skem like half steps in your way, not to like stop you, but as if something very important sits on his mind. He grabs your shoulders and he looks at you, and you can tell there's a kinship in this childhood trauma. He truly wants to know more. Skem looks at you and asks, Thala, what is it that you truly want from your wish? Do you want a peacefully to seek for redemption? Or do you want revenge against the Empress and the Golden City and this establishment that has vilified, killed your people? I as your protector, I as the kin of choice in your heart, I will stand by your side. But I want to know where your heart truly lies. And you can tell in this moment, Skem needs to hear honestly your heart. Does it seek redemption, or does it seek revenge?
Oh, man. Somehow I knew this. I was like, it's gonna be a decision. Well, I came here not for revenge because I didn't know there was anything I needed to take revenge for. I didn't know what really happened. All of what we saw is not anything that I remember. That's the first time I remember even seeing or experiencing any of those things. But I feel like if I, at the end of the day, try to seek revenge, there's going to be someone that still wants to come back and also seek revenge as a result. And it's never going to end. It's just going to keep happening. And I don't want that. Don't want that. So, at the end, if I could only choose one or the other, it would still be redemption, because I don't want this to become a never-ending battle.
Then we will find the redemption. And he grips your shoulders like a little tighter, but in a calming but confident way. And he brings his forehead in and like a slight headbutt to it. Like it is a connection, but it's a connection that like lingers as you feel that he truly does unite himself to this path of redemption. And we can return to the party.
Oh, I hope I didn't kill him.
As you go over to Healith, as he lies there, you perform all that you can. Nothing seems to be wrong. He just seems still glossed over in the same state. The attendants of Aerinstarr seem baffled, as they've never seen someone stay connected while his stone lies so far away. And he's off of his nameplate. These are methods to help root you in the here and the now. They've never seen it so wayward.
He done dug in this man's head too many times. He's done.
As the attendants come over and medical staff come, they put him onto a stretcher, and they inform you they're going to take him to their medical wing, where they can attempt to reground him in the now and make sure that he doesn't sustain any other damages. You can come visit any time, and they give you like all of the means in which to do so.
Well, I have a question.
This poor man is fried.
Fala, or Scam, when did you get here? Were you here when we arrived?
It was shortly after you touched your stone.
Why are you here?
I am here for my betrothed. And he clasps the necklace on his neck.
Okay.
So it's official. I thought that was jokes. I didn't know it was really like that.
It would not be recognized in many kingdoms, but this is something that my culture has done for many years, far beyond my own recollection of it.
I'm sorry for not putting respect on your game.
You need not apologize to me, Akama, as no insult was levied.
Congratulations.
Did you also see a memory?
He gestures over to the stones, or to like the Thalas pillar where you see two stones. Yes, I offered my vision into myself, and he looks over to Thala, kind of in a like, doesn't want to say too much because he's not trying to just speak for you, but goes, I wanted there to be no secrets from me, and I wanted no secrets from Thala. I felt no way to grant that better than to offer my own memories in the most open way possible.
Well, there's honor in that, I suppose.
No, you're a good guy, Scam. He's gonna like pat him on the back.
You could see, despite his icier demeanor, there is like a small, like genuine, like he likes the approval. Thank you, Akama. I honestly believe that you understand what it's like to be vilified based on the happenings of your culture.
He looks sadder.
Oh,
Thinking back to what he's seen. It's like, yeah,
no.
that's definitely true.
I do not wish to cut my meeting with you all short, but I do have to return to my own team. I look forward to interacting with all of you more. And he like holds Thala's gaze as if to imply a more to that connection before heading off.
like, I'm
Right,
sure I
well,
will see you later.
I look at my non-existent watch. It's like, you don't have any other plans for tonight, right? Pretty much it.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. And an envoy of Aerinstarr kind of runs up. I didn't want to intrude, as this is a very sacred place for us. However, and he has little cards. You do note that one is for Healith, but he hands one to Akama, one to Mina, one to Thala, and then is like, where is Healith? He was part of your team, right? And he is like flipping through paperwork and registrar.
He didn't come out of his trance. Like, he got blasted off the stone. Everyone was really worried. He's at the. They took him away to go, to try to help him out.
Could one of you give his letter to him? He like looks down to the like massive bag of things he still needs to deliver.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll.
that's
I'll.
fine.
Okay,
Somebody. That's fine.
I can take
That's
it.
fine.
He hands it to Akama. Thank you, and trots off.
Run. All right.
As
Well.
each, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead first.
As each one of you like opens your little letter missive, for Thala, it is a letter from your parents. It's clearly addressed in done through ways that you're like, it's like a message that's like from like sent to another town and then rewritten from that town and then sent here as to not just put themselves in a discoverable fashion. But it simply reads that if they had the means to get to you, to be there to cheer you on, they would have. No amount of danger or being seen would have stopped them. You've inspired something in the Neradari that how far you're going, that you're in the spotlight again. It's something that they had all given up on. If it wasn't for the limitation of gold and material wealth, they would be with you in person. But they write so that you know they're there with you in spirit. Mina, your note simply says, it's a note from the Andrews that simply says, exploring some of the lower caverns. Come meet up with us when you can, Andrews.
Oh.
And then, Akama, yours simply says, we need to talk.
Oh no. So what was the second part?
Signed, Okram Lafor.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Guys, I would show them what I got.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think it means he wants to talk.
Okay. Okay.
I will for sure deadpanned off of that, just like.
Okay. I have a question.
Mhm.
We were never told how much gold we got.
Oh yeah,
Oh, very, very true.
astute.
I'm gonna say 250 each.
Each? Wow. Because he said we needed to use that to prepare. So when you were like, do we have anything else to do? I'm like, do we need to go shopping? Oh shit, I don't know how much money we got. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll call that 250. 250 each.
Cool. Monies.
I got that in my sheet now. Yes. I don't know.
What?
Yes.
I still look since I remembered Sneed was here. I'm gonna ask him later what happened to him after we got separated, because he came out with a handful of keys and I'm like, what did you do? But later.
Well, I guess seems like everyone has stuff they got to take care of, right?
Well, we don't know we have to prepare for, but
Well, should we? Well, yeah. Should we read Elis' letter since we don't know when he's waking up, or is that rude? Like I guess it's. What did you guys get on your letters?
I mean,
Is it important? Like, is it something that needs to be done right now, or is it just because mine was a? It was this.
I mean,
Yeah.
mine doesn't have anything to do with something that needs to be done. It was from my parents.
I wish I got
And
something like
mine was to meet the Andrews. They're exploring some of the caverns, and he'll be fine. Waiting.
You know, my parents basically they're in kind of in hiding since whoever survived, and they said if they had the money and the means to be here, they would have came, but they can't.
Oh.
So
that. Real nice.
I didn't get a letter.
that doesn't surprise me.
Wouldn't tell us if you had anybody anyway, Sneed. I already know.
And honestly, he doesn't mind that he didn't get a letter. He's just letting
Do
us
you
know
mind,
he
Sneed?
didn't.
I still care about people caring about me.
Well,
Oh.
we cared enough to
No, let's
pick you.
Sneed. You're an alright guy. I'm gonna do the same thing I did to Skem.
Look, we cared enough to pick you.
Same move.
He shows no such appreciation.
I'm over here like, we're glad you made it back. Because when we got separated, I was a little worried.
I wasn't that worried.
That's okay.
Noted.
Tree's worried.
Not really.
Oh,
So I
Well-
wouldn't take that one personally.
y'all don't. Do you think we shouldn't read his letter? Just let it be private.
Mm,
I'm just worried.
How would
I'm gonna start opening it. I'm just worried that he might need something to be done.
You open it, and it's a letter that reads like oh, my precious boy, I
his
can't wait to
parents?
see you.
As soon as I start the
He said nope.
As you're closing the letter, one word catches your eye, and it's girlfriend.
I open it back up.
As you skim back over the letter, it's we're so excited to see you, general, like they can't wait. It's a bunch of information about the farm. It kind of goes on for a bit about like how they like got people to look after it. You're like, oh my goodness, the Heedless parents really can talk. Blah 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 blah. And
Get my ear
we're
talk
so
off through a letter.
excited. We're so excited that your girlfriend invited us out to the city. We didn't know you had
Shit.
met someone, and we're
Oh,
so
fuck.
excited to meet them.
Oh, Helen. Oh, bitch.
oh, yeah.
God damn.
He was
Yeah.
never told us about a girlfriend.
I don't think this is good.
No, because he does. No, because he doesn't have a girlfriend. But listen, I'm just gonna. You can put it together. Who is a girl has been talking to him the whole time we've been here.
Yeah.
You too.
No, I'm asking you. I know. I'm trying to see if
God
you know.
damn it, Sneed.
What did he say?
He said you too.
He said you too.
Okay, before he got
You're
here,
doing that on purpose, aren't you?
No.
he is.
When did we get Jason Statham? Why did I draft Jason Statham to our team?
Okay, but we've never met Gila's parents, so it's not us.
Oh, didn't know that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Mina, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Helen,
Yes, I agree.
she will not leave him alone. She keeps buying him things. She made it so the rest of the Phoenix Court won't hurt him. It's Helen.
It is Helen. I 100% agree.
He might not be in as good a mood this time, since
Oh,
he didn't use that
no.
ring that she gave her.
He needs to know this as. Can we make it? Can we close? Can you tell it's been open? Can we like?
We close it
No,
back.
the
I broke
wax
that
seal
seal.
is broken. Yeah.
I busted the hell out that seal. I said,
All right. Well, as long as you tell them that you did it.
I mean,
well, it gives us time.
maybe we.
You guys take care of what you got to take care of, and then maybe we can go look for them, or let's look to see some random farmers with Helen. You know what I mean?
We don't
Like,
know
maybe
what
we'll
we don't
find
know
them.
what day they're. We don't know what day they're coming.
True.
It is the only thing you would know is that it is Visitors' Day today.
Oh shit! All right.
They should be here. Yeah. We can maybe. Don't they have like? They'll probably have a picture of him or something. I don't know. We can take a picture, bring a picture of Healy, and be like, "Is this your son?"
I am
Yes,
sure
son.
they will. I have a feeling they'll stick out, and we will recognize them. I just hunch.
Okay.
I
Yes.
really hope he wakes. Actually, you know what? For his sake, I hope he doesn't wake up anytime soon.
Whoa.
No time, just not today. Maybe tomorrow he can rest.
I think we take care of the stuff we gotta take care of, and then we go look for his parents. I think I guess I gotta go talk to this guy. I feel like I should, I guess, and then I'm gonna go drop this letter off with Heath in his little room where he's at.
I don't. Maybe you shouldn't leave it if unattended.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe
okay.
hold on to it until we can like
Until he
hand it
wakes
to
up.
him, and yeah, until
And
he
he's
wakes up.
conscious. Yeah.
Or I'll put it in my pack.
I could go check
sure I
on
write it down.
Edith. I'm not doing anything.
Yes, Sneed. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay. And Sneed just leaves now.
Of course he does. Holy shit.
All right, so everyone's gonna head to where their notes. So that's Kama. You're gonna look for Okrim. Mina, you're gonna look for the Andrews, and Thala. You are doing what?
Look. You know what? Can I talk to Scab?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. You can. Yeah, so you're seeking out Scam. No problem. We will start with a comma. It doesn't take long to find out where Okrim is staying in Aerinstarr. And as you're approaching like his general area, you hear, "Oh, Akama! Good to run into you again." And you see the same mail carrier like running up. He reaches into his bag. Meant to give you 2 letters. The whole Healy thing got me mixed up.
Thank you. Open it up.
Have a good one.
You
Oh, there's
too.
better names.
Always running.
Got you.
And
Nothing stops the mail.
do you open it or do you continue to Okrim's estate?
Yeah, I would open it before I go up in there. Who knows
It
what's
is
gonna happen?
it is just a note from the Aerinstarr like check-in, like the gatehouse check-in, alerting you that you have a visitor.
Huh. Is this it? They don't say who?
Yeah, it just says you have a visitor.
Oh.
All right.
Should I go there first? Guess I'm already here. I just got that, but I would have received it earlier. So they've been here for a bit already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You would know that it's not like they're going to be kept in they're not like left in a bad state or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, guess I'll go talk to Okrim. Oh, I don't want to talk to Okrim. Bama stack.
As you get to the door, you go to knock, the door just opens for you. I have to assume that's a comma, is it not? Oh, yes, a comma, please. Come in.
Like, wait a couple beats and then walk inside.
His home is, you just see like poems and art and just all like, it's like eclectically everywhere. Some of it's framed and organized, and others it's almost like as you've seen in mages guilds, where it's like just so much stuff that it's everywhere. Well, to cut through the muck of it all, I want to extend my condolences in the fact that you have chosen another path.
Oh.
It's unfortunate that we couldn't see eye to eye, but it seems that you have yourself acquired a curse, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought that you would know because you did it.
I don't wield such powers, Akama. I am merely a focal point for my deity's divine. I kind of figured you, of all people, would understand the interactions of gods.
I guess that makes a lot more sense. You'd say it like that.
I personally wouldn't have punished you for such a minor slight. However, you have to imagine that Gyako and Thespis don't see eye to eye in how they wield their powers. And, I mean, Gyako is so lackadaisical with it. I mean, how many people die or never see the light of Muse because it's so fleeting in her, in the way that she administers it? Where we simply offer it to those that wish to have it. But nonetheless, you have chosen your path, and your path does not seem to coincide with me or with Thespis. However, I wanted there to be no hard feelings between us, friend. And he extends a hand to shake.
I feel like this is a trap somehow.
When is it not a trap?
It's not even worth trying to roll insight, because I know his deception is probably like 8 or something stupid like this.
His shit is at like 22, like shit. Like, this is a perception 39.
I don't even have enough insight to even... Anyway, what do I say? I mean, there's no hard feelings, but I don't know if I call us friends. We like acquaintances, you know, passerby.
You see a slight like ping of what can only be described as a genuine hurt, though with Okram it's so hard to tell. Perhaps I misjudged the relationship. I figured someone from your walk would understand the vilification of those that are touched by something that people don't like. I merely wield a power that can benefit others, but it's chastised by the masses for doing things that unworthy wielders have wielded it for. I'm sure you're used to the feeling, Stygian magic as it is, that flows through you.
Yes, but I think the difference is my people never sought out spotlight. The villainy was thrown on us regardless. Whereas I've seen and heard of some of the works that you've done, and I've seen those who've been harmed by it.
Have you not heard of everyone who's been hurt by Marvena or by Upsilon? Do you not then attach yourself to their crimes as you espouse me to be connected to the crimes of others?
I mean, the crimes of a god, it can't be put on the people that just stayed amongst themselves in the forest.
Upsilon was a man.
That was his doing.
Yes, and as from what I understand of your people, they still worship a darker power. I mean no judgment by it, as I can tell that you're not a monster, but I merely mean to speak that power is how you wield it personally, not what you're connected to. I assume no one speaks of the fact that Telmarand lies in ruin, and all of its slaves freed because of Okram and the Thespians. But this is not a story you'll hear. Or the fact that the mud fort that was going to be destroyed by Ambervale, a power of good, they were just going to kill those people. Now those people are free. But no one sings these because they have vilified the way that I draw my power. Now tell me, Akama, have you done anything monstrous through the Golden City's tournament?
Nothing on the scale that you speak of. I've certainly caused some people to die for sure with some of these challenges we've been going through.
That is not monstrous. You know what I mean. Have you done something irreprehensible?
Thinking, like, actually, I was like, I don't like I've been okay. I ain't done anything crazy, right?
If rumor is true, you and your party saved a drove of people from Midpoint. Is that correct?
That is true.
And tell me, Akama, were you praised for that, or have you been vilified by the likes of the Titansteel Paladins and ilk of their sort?
Also true, but it has no bearing on what I'll do going forward. Just because some people perceive me to be a villain doesn't mean I need to, go crazy or anything like this. Let them think what they think.
Exactly. But what stories do you think they tell others about Akama, if they were to speak of you? They're going to admit the parts that make their argument flawed. And that, my friend, even if you do not see it that way, is my story. It is a story where convenient narratives have made me to be the villain that others so wish me to be. Somehow, in the whole Ambervale crisis, I am a villain. Upsilon slaughters a continent and ascends to be a pantheonic god. And yet, I am spoken in the same vein as he.
But
If it wasn't for my intervention, how many more orcs would lie dead because Ambervale rushed a war? And if it wasn't for my hand, Telmarand would still be enslaving thousands. I am not here to convince you in any sort of way, Akama. I'm just trying to say that everyone has a narrative that they espouse, and just to approach it neutrally, as I have with you and your people. His the whole time he's kind of like held his hand out in different manners of wanting a handshake, but when he realizes that you won't, he goes, however, there are no strings attached in this relationship, Akama, and so if you would please place your hands on top of mine, I will remove the curse of Thespis.
Okay, even if I don't think it's gonna work, I still need to roll insight here, just for sure as keys.
The roll to beat is 26.
I don't think I can even reach that high. Please give me a crit.
Oh,
No.
God.
Well, he seems so sad and gotta be telling the truth, right? I'm gonna give him my hand. God damn it, some old bullshit.
As you like put your hands in on like top of his hands. He goes, "No, Thespis. Even though this one has rejected the light in which that you gave him, a means to be the hero of his own story, the focal point of others, and to make true difference in this world, do not shun him. For some, spotlight is too much, and it is the limelight that breaks them. So forgive this wayward soul, O Thespis." And you feel the curse of Thespis relieved.
Woohoo! You know, Okram, I'd like to believe that there's good in everyone, but I don't know, man. The stories, there's a lot of stories out there, but I guess I'd like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. I guess it's just hard to believe with all the stories that there are, right? But I appreciate what you've done here today, and I guess I'm gonna fucking shake this man's hand.
As you shake his hand, he looks at you and goes, "Akama, I do just want you to know. I said what I meant back in the Golden City. I'm going to be in your corner. All you have to do is ask." And on that note,
Thank you.
You can check in with Mina.
Oh Lord, what does it all mean? It could be just, it could be real.
As Mina, as you travel down into the darker caverns of the mountain, part of you it's weird at this depth into the mines, where on one hand a stretch of hallway will feel so devoid of any touch of root or life that it's so deafeningly silent. You like hear your own thoughts, you hear your own like movements, the creaking of your body. It's like too quiet with it so untouched. And then you step into this one part of the cavern where it's humid, and you hear drips of water, and you see moss and flowers and little pots as elves are tending to this underground garden. And the Andrews are like walking around and they're pointing at things, and they're like, "Oh, I've never even seen that before. That's crazy. Whoa!" And they like trot over to another one. "Oh, Mina, hey!" And they come running over to you. "I'm really glad you came. Isn't this place great?"
Yeah, it's beautiful. How did you find this? Have you been exploring down here this whole time?
Well, to be honest, we just thought to ourselves, like, where should we go? And the next thing we knew, we just walked here. It's almost like it wanted us to be here.
What do you mean?
I guess, we kind of, and they look at each other as they're talking, felt it in our gut. Yeah. Oh, but anyway, this one, you gotta see this one. And they both like grab your arms and like are like pulling you like forward. I don't know why, but this one, and they like grab this little jar, and this jar feels out of place as you kind of like look. It's not the same materials, it's not the same anything, and they hand it to you. and there's a small paper note that says, to Mina. The Andrews seem oblivious to this note.
Okay. But, so they can't see it, but Mina can see it, is what you're saying?
Well, that would be the best description of it, as they hand it to you with no, like, what's the note say?
Yeah. Andrew, what is this? What are you giving me? Because I want to know what they're seeing.
It just felt like something you should have. They kind of look a little like, why do we think you should have this? I guess it kind of felt, it gives us the feeling that we have when we're around you. And as you look at this small, singular, wimpy little branch, this little stick in a jar, you hear, whimpered out almost,
It's a cute little guy.
It's baby Groot.
Yeah.
and it hits you like a wave. This is deep bark. This is a treekin that lived on your island.
This must be what was on the ship. Or that's my guess. And somehow it ended up here. I'm going to open the note. Let's see what it says.
All it says is, took me a while to get it to you. Sorry. Mara.
Sorry. Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
Mara's still alive?
Let's not go that far.
This isn't... Yeah, we don't know that, but... yeah, Mina is like overcome with emotion. And I have to protect this. This has to come with me.
You would note that as like you're like handling this, the elves, as they tend the garden, seem to not notice that like this plant has like been picked up, almost as if it is somehow obscured from their vision.
Is there any way to like see what kind of magic is doing that? Or any sort of like...
Yes, let's do a investigation check first. We're going to call this an investigation 13. 11.
11.
Whoa.
7.
It's kind of a mixture of like an arcane-ish magic, but it's mixed with like elements of like cloak and dagger, kind of like Stygian shadow magic. You would imagine this is some new form of smuggling. If you had to like guess, it's some form of like obscuration and pure sight. People see different things so they don't look again.
Okay. Mina looks at the Andrews while holding this, and because the elves aren't really paying attention, and she's like, "We need to leave this place."
We gotta
Oh.
go.
Okay, yeah, I could grab lunch. Where do you want to eat? And they just like
Bet.
follow you.
No one even
Okay.
can see that shit. Eyes just looking right over it.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Shit, they just
we
knew.
go back to our homestead.
Perfect. You are on your way back to the homestead.
She's out here. These are not the droids we're looking for.
Thala, you approach Skem. He's not hard to find, as he is just at his team's homestead. As you get there, like the rest of their team's kind of there, and you can tell each one of them's a little shooken up from what you would imagine was their own memory stones.
I can only imagine what Dawn and Russ's look like. Jesus Christ.
As you get there, Russ is like, Mina or Thala, sorry,
It's
my
like,
apologies. On to the next
hey.
scene. I'm sure you're here for Skem. He's in his room. You can just go on in.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, and then like there's a level of like a pang of genuine emotion that you feel as like there's sorrow, but just the natural look of watching Russ in his billowed out jacket and his all of this, and then he just starts going, I miss Dawn.
Damn.
That you're kind of like, I feel genuinely like he's clearly emotionally shook, but he's also like, it's hard to like watch without being like,
So, okay. I feel bad because I can't. But do you need a hug?
I am gonna have you roll a performance check or a performance or deception, up to you, to obscure any form of like little giggle
well,
slipping
I
out.
don't have performance, so we're gonna go deception.
We're gonna go deception. We're gonna call this a deception 7.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh no.
You can't help but like kind of be like,
Just a little bit.
as you approach, and he does kind of like lean himself in, and he's like, come on, Russ, you're a hero.
Yeah, I expect that.
Skim's inside. You can go talk to him. And he starts like barking over at Breakspear, like, "Yeah, we gotta, do the thing."
What?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Skim, and I just remember that it was in the past. There's nothing you could do to change it. Okay, bye.
I'm walking up the stairs or wherever I need to go.
Okay, bye.
That's okay. Not even. That's sad advice.
As you head inside, you find Skem's room. It's relatively easy, as it's the only room with noise coming out of it. As you walk in, his room is like more of an armory than anything. Like there is a bed, but he's just pushed all of the furniture like out of the room. His clothes are just in a bag on the floor, and the walls are just adorned with axes, hammers, spears, swords, scythes. Like if it's a weapon, it's there, and he's got like a grinding stone and a whetstone and all of that, and he's like sharpening and preparing weapons.
This feels accurate.
Wait.
Oh,
Say
I did not
What?
expect to see you, Thala.
those are in the bag.
Well, he has clothes in the bed. He didn't unpack. Well, I can't. I guess okay. I had a few more questions, but I didn't want to ask with everybody else around because I didn't know how you felt about that.
I appreciate that, but please, what can I answer?
I guess I just wanted to know how much you remember about the woods.
Oh, you mean... I only lived in those woods because of spirits that would speak to me. And they would trade food or shelter, warmth, water, but always for a cost. Blood or something broken. I, as a boy, was always good at breaking things. I was always good at destroying. And so these spirits of this forest, they put that to good work. Well, good for them.
Did you ever find out what the spirits were?
No, not in any direct sort of way, but I can tell you that they were some form of fae, a forest spirit, though they were not very kind or soft as the Emberalians explain their spirits to be.
Oh, I had it. Oh, I forgot the question. Oh my god, hold on, I forgot the question. Oh, shit. Oh, I remember. It wasn't really clear. So, do you remember where? Did you ever find out where you were?
I would have been somewhere west of the Golden Cities territory. I myself am not 100% sure, but I do know I had traveled a great distance, as when I had found Dawn and Russ, we were on the boat for weeks, it felt like, before we were anywhere where land was seen, especially anywhere near the Ambervalian coasts, though that was not the first place that we went.
I'm over here trying to think of how much she knows about geography so she can think about what is west of the Golden City.
I mean, you could always roll knowledge geography.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, we're going to call that a 10.
All right.
So one of the big things that you do know, especially as it was something that affected a lot of mer folk in general, Neridari being one of them, is that for a long time, the western area over by the Golden City, the waters were very traversable, and that there was a point in time where all of a sudden a big riptide opened up and created really rough oceans and created what made kind of the divide between the Ambervalian, the Aurelian, I should say, side of the world, and those continents to the west of them, as they were divided by this great riptide. So it is hard to know exactly what specifically, without being able to really sit down and further like time date. It could be something as small as some of the little archipelagos that are out there. It could be part of the northern ice continent that kind of runs for long miles. It could be a truly western continent. So you'd have to sit down and have more information before you could really discern it. But you do know the time of it all is the most important part.
The time? Oh, because of. Okay. But dang, how long ago was it? 'Cause he was. Because I'm like, he grew up, from what I imagine, he grew up there. Because he escaped and he was still a child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm like, how far was that? Okay. Okay.
Is there anything else that you wish to know?
I guess I don't want to make you think too much about it if you'd rather not, because I feel like you'd rather not, and that's understandable. So I hate to really bring it up at all. But I just. All the other things, although they might not be something that I completely understand, because they're clearly cultural. That was the one thing that I didn't know. I wasn't sure about it all.
Oh, goodness.
So not right now. But thank you for answering my questions, even though, like I said, they're not. It wasn't the best of times.
I'm happy to. I don't look on it with much joy, but it is who I am. And I'm here now. And as hard as it might be to say, if that tragedy and those traumas are the reason that I am here, being asked about them by you, I will bear them.
Oh. I'm almost here like, oh. she's like, what? I don't know what to say to that.
On
how about
that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nothing. All I was gonna say was, okay. Look. How about this? I know it was just. I feel like the stone. It was a one-time thing, but sometimes remembering things like that kind of like jolts other things. So, if you remember anything else, you can let me know, and if I remember anything else, I'll let you know.
Wish great pleasure.
Now I gotta go. I gotta head back out, or else I'm gonna be here forever.
On that, Akama, you have a little bit of a choice. You have a letter saying that you're a visitor, and you have a letter that you wanted to deliver to Healith. These are not in the same direction.
I already know what's in Healith's letter, though. And I'm pretty sure he's knocked out still, so I'm going to meet my people.
As you head off towards like the visitor kind of area where everyone's gathered, you get there. You have to sign in a little bit. You let them know like who it is, who you are, and whatnot. And there, on the list, Lyco. See the name. You just saw him in your memory stone. You're overjoyed, and then you hear his voice. Made it farther than we all thought.
Oh.
And he
Wow.
comes up to you with arms wide open.
Hey, let's get a hug in.
He like, clasps your side. We should find somewhere to talk.
Okay. Are we near the homestead at all?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not like close, but it's easy enough to get to.
Yeah, follow me.
As you arrive at the homestead, right now you are the only one there. And as you get there, the mood sours almost immediately. I don't come with good news, Akama.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I was afraid you'd say that.
I have risked everything coming here. I had no time to take the secret routes. I had no time to cover my tracks. The village is dying. Every day, more and more people are unable to control their form. The village elders didn't want you to know. They didn't want you to worry about it, but I fear if you adorn the mask, there's no coming back for you. And right now, you're our only hope. So, Akama, I have to ask, are you any closer to finding us a way to not use Upsilon's magic?
So far, it's been hard to find any information. I have one lead right now, but the mistress, she's abandoned us. She sees to her new domain and doesn't care to help us with what's going on.
I mean, surely with what I've heard of the city of Orvatheas, and there's a level of contempt you feel like in his voice as he says Orvatheas. Surely in all of that religion and faith they espouse, that you found someone who we can attach to.
Well, that's what I hope this is going to help with. And I put my hand on the book that I got from my my favor. It's a history of the rise and fall of the gods. I'm hoping that there'll be something in here that gives us a different path.
And read stories? People are dying. What have you been doing?
I've been fighting for this wish like the elders wanted me to. I didn't ask to be put on this mission. Rest assured, I'm following every lead that remains, but the leads are drying up.
Well, let me. What leads do you have? Let me help while I'm here.
I don't know. I feel.
Oh.
You gonna stay to help?
I really can't. Someone has to
You
get
know,
back.
and I'll tell you, it's not safe here. The prejudice is as strong as ever. You need to make sure that you take all the secret ways back, because they could try to follow you.
If we don't do something, it doesn't matter, Akama. We can't defend our territory. Orvatheas has taken even more of the jungles. We're hemorrhaging. And you don't have even a glimmer of hope for us. I was hoping that you would have at least found someone to whom we could begin to trust amongst the Pantheon, but here you are, just as lost as me.
He's looking all sad as he says all this. All the things he's been thinking, but didn't want to say. It's like, damn. The only thing I've really learned here so far is how our mistresses abandoned us and the depths of the evil Upsilon. I know things are dire in the village, but you have to make sure they understand that if we give ourselves to Upsilon, that it is over.
It's not a choice.
I'm looking for a choice away from Upsilon. I guess my heart's just broken a bit that you have nothing. All I'll say to you is that you can't use that mask. You can't. Unless you find unless you find another way to power it. Everyone who's been I've had to kill a lot of us.
I put a hand on his shoulder, reminiscent of my earlier hand on shoulder moments, but more sincere this time.
You see it's not like a no, but there's like a level of like it. They kind of move back to stop you, but they wouldn't stop you if you were to continue the motion. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of like
I'm coming in anyway.
Yep.
they're dead, Akama. I can't even say their name. No longer will they sit by the fire with us.
The only other thing I've been thinking about, that maybe if we can't find a god in the Pantheon to help us, maybe we need to make one.
I wouldn't even know how to begin to do that.
I mean, The only thing I can think of. The only. I don't know if it's even be enough, but they're like the tournament is a true wish that you get if you win.
What are you saying, Akama?
That maybe someone needs to become a light for us.
Who would do that? Who would be able to wield such a thing?
That I don't know.
By the time that these games wrap up, Akama, you're not going to know who lives, who could be, who's not broken. Your only choice would be you. Can you even bear that? Could you stand at the sun? Could you bask in its light, Akama? When the time comes, could you do that?
I mean, with what you're saying at the time is true. I don't even think, even if it was possible, it wouldn't be worth it if everyone's gone.
I'll do what I can to hold out. I'll do what I can.
What if I can find some allies to come somehow and help?
Ooh, Akama.
I mean, oh hell no, nigga, no, no!
If Akama,
There's only been one guy that's been nice to me here. God damn it, this is some bullshit.
I don't have time to stay. You hear the door opening as you can hear like the two Andrews like, that was great. It's so much fun. I'm just happy we did something useful. As they look you in the eye and go, I'll do what I can, Akama, but you've got to do something to hurry up. We're not. I can't bury. And then as like the Andrews and Mina like get into the room actively, they're kind of like, all right, yeah, best of luck for you, you know.
Yeah, be careful on the open trails.
Always will be. You take care of him, okay? As they say that to you, Mina, as they walk by you.
Hey, you make sure to leave something for me. You know?
I'm not going to leave anything for you, Akama. I'm going to hold on to everything I can. But you just know that I am doing it for you, okay? I'll do my part. You just got to live up to yours.
All right, you take care.
And they walk out of the homestead.
Like, Kyle just kind of standing there, just like, damn, I haven't said anything yet. All these people walking in, he's just still thinking about this, the heaviness of the situation.
It's like, you know what to say, what to do. It's grasping at straws at this point.
At this point, Thala, you are also home.
Does anybody have a map?
Yeah, there should be one right here.
Yes.
He's like
Allowed.
math. Yeah, because I'm over here
put it
like
out
I'm
on the
still trying to
table.
figure out where this. So I'm over here
Um,
like, all right. So looking at the map.
Before the map,
Mhm.
sorry, Mina's gonna leave. I need to go to my room and find somewhere to safe keep my plant, my tree,
I'm over here
you
like
mean
looking
your
at the map.
adopted child,
my
or your
child.
third adopted child?
Yeah.
I'm over here like I might need her back. Looking at the map.
You find the safest place possible within your room.
Okay, good.
I
Looking
still
at
gotta
the
go in.
map.
You guys need me for anything? I still need to go and bring Heath his letter.
Should we all go?
Well, if y'all aren't busy, maybe it's time to start looking for his parents. They're still out here somewhere.
Should well, okay. If we go, we should probably all go because we just probably should first and foremost. Look, it's a united front, and plus, me and I have questions.
Yeah.
Let's walk.
What can I help you with?
Let's walk. Let's walk.
So you're en route to Heath.
So the islands that you're from, do you know anything about the presence of like any type of fae or anything like that?
Abundantly so.
I do know. Yeah, I mean, there were fae that would periodically come and make their home on our island and the surrounding islands.
No.
I never had dealings with the fae. They were not the nicest. So I would generally try to keep my distance.
I hear they can be pretty particular.
What else? What else do you hear?
Talk to you guys to me, or you have to...
What?
No. Ignore me.
As for I don't know how far Heath is from the road, but
Long enough for us to get this whole conversation out, probably.
Conveniently the right amount of distance.
Right. I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about them. I know bad is like relative depending. So I guess it's stories that you've heard because I know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anything that sticks out.
I've heard tales of them being malevolent and untrustworthy tricksters who, would try to manipulate the forest and the trees. And honestly, there are different. Yeah, I mean, the treekin didn't trust the fae. We didn't trust fae magic, so.
One of the types of fae that would have the most trusted types of fae were those connected to like the seasons. As they came while they were still fickle, they would come with like a rhyme and a reason. Though any that were connected to more aloof means, whether they were things like more like specific, like instances, those were always the ones that were more trickstery, more malicious,
Mischievous.
more a little mischievous, etc. So the ones connected to the seasons were more welcome, though it always came with a tide of the less than savory.
Now, wait, a comma. You got this book. Did I know the Fae aren't like gods, but are they associated with one? I know. Go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can look it up. I mean, I can
Off-
check the glossary for you.
Off the top of your head, they are all vaguely attached, usually to young gods, as there hasn't been a pantheonic god that has directly overseen them in quite some time. But you'd have to do further research, which is not something you can do while you're walking
walking
through
right
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I remember, they're usually attached to young gods. There hasn't been an older god that overseen the Fae in quite some time. But I could double check when we get back to the homestead.
Okay. That's all I can do for now.
As you all arrive at the medical center that Healith is at, there are you're like kind of walking up to his room. As you get there, you see two elderly people over his bed, like holding his hands, and then behind the mother, or behind the woman, stands Helen.
Of course.
Freaking knew it.
Of course.
You know, this kind of tracks.
Oh, 100%.
I guess I didn't consider
God.
that. They might just be here.
Helen can't help but hide a little bit of like a snarl that like rips across her face seeing all of you walk in. I think, as much as I'd like to stay, that I should leave Healith in your hands and his ilk, I guess. She gives
Yeah.
the tiniest
Like,
of like
Where the
nod, and then steps past you all.
I ain't worried about her. How is he?
My Healith's a fighter. Oh, I'm sure he'll come out of this any moment. Just needs a bit more rest, I'm sure. He's a special boy, you know.
And I'm sure you're right. I am sure you're right. He's just been through a lot. He just needs to rest.
Exactly. Oh. She like tidies up his blankets and makes sure he looks as comfortable as possible. The gentleman stands up and goes, "Oh, you must be the adventuring party he's with in this grandiose event, yes?"
That's correct,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah,
us.
Yes.
That would mean that you're Thala, yes, and you're Miss Graves, and you're a Kama. Am I right?
Did he point us in order?
Yes.
Yes, he pointed into the correct order.
Oh, that'd be funny if he mixed it up. Yeah,
that would
that's
be
me.
hard. We are the descriptors. That would be very difficult to do.
Anyway,
I left my glasses at home.
I just wanted to make sure you have some spending money, as you have to be ready to keep
Home.
Healith safe. And he hands over little pouches. It's not a lot, but it's what I could muster.
Oh.
Has
You'll-
Healith mentioned before?
That they
He's
broke
never
his hand?
mentioned to us.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
No,
never actually. He's never told it to us.
I don't
Has
think he told. I don't think he's told the party. No.
I think he's always
But
just
even
read the
so-
letters and been sad about it.
I'm over here like, but still, it's old people. I'm not taking money from old people.
You try to
Look.
hand the pouch
Look,
back
no,
to
no.
him? Oh, sorry.
Yes and
Go
no.
ahead.
I'm not just gonna hand it back to him. It's one of those things like wow, we very much appreciate this. I am not trying. I don't want to come across as being ungrateful, but we actually do have a sponsor, and he has provided us with some money to spend while we're in town. So while you are here, I think it would be right for you to have this so you can spend it while you're here.
Well spoken. I would expect nothing less from an established hero like yourself. But I insist, please. And besides, you'll find you have one more gold piece in yours than they do.
Wow.
You know why? And he looks at the group, and he's like, "It's the same reason why merfolk always make more money with their songs. They're all merchants."
Wow.
Oh my god.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Wow. I was like, this old man joke could go one of two ways.
Oh my god. So you know what? Look, we're gonna take the money and have Gila send it back.
Yeah,
You honor me, sir. I
thank you.
accept the sack of gold. The little
Who said it was a
little
sack? We don't know
point.
what's in
Well,
there.
it's even if it's a little thing, it can still be a sack.
He sits down and he's like,
Oh.
"For now, I'll stay with my son, though." One of the practitioners comes in and does just kind of go like, visiting is over. They can stay as their immediate family, but I am going to have to ask you to vacate the premise within the next. And they kind of look out of the room and they're like, as soon as possible. We're already right behind today.
Are they talking to Helen too?
She's
Helen
already
already left, remember?
Oh, okay.
She saw
Oh,
us
okay,
and
I
was
missed
like,
that.
oh, these bitches are here. I guess I should go.
I missed the piece out. I thought she was still just hanging around awkwardly.
So put the letter in his pocket.
I go to do so.
they're like, they just kind of look at you like, "Oh, that's sweet." As you
I bet.
There's senile as hell.
And then as you're all turning to leave, the gentleman grabs Mina like very gently by the wrist and goes, "Well, actually, 1 second, if you don't mind." And he, I put it here. No, it's hold on, just as he fiddles through his pockets. Well, yeah,
My
yes.
God.
Does
This guy's
this
so old.
mean what I think it means? I was going to put it on a sign for our field, and you look at it, and it is very human transcribed treekin. Like it's not objectively wrong, but it's far from like truly right. But it's also like he's just tried to kind of like carve out like vague sound effects in like an onomatopoeia of what it would be.
Phonetic
But
spells.
it's just a sign that says like farm essentially, but in a manner of speaking, like more in meaning than in actual letters and word.
This is wonderful. Let me, if you don't mind, let me take this from you, and I will give it back to you, and I will do a carving for you on this.
Oh, that would be splendid. Imagine that. And he like nudges his wife. A sign for our farm from a true hero. That's genuine.
Damn, this lovable ass fucking.
God.
These are the Kents right here looking ass. The Superman's parents right here.
Martha.
Martha! It broke him
As
up.
as the party is heading out, there's a bunch of people also leaving as everyone's kind of leaving at this time. As you're all walking, you do hear like, no need to thank me. I was happy to be here and perform for a while. It was nice to return to my roots just a bit. And he turns and, oh, Kama, I didn't expect to see you here. What brings you down to this side of town? Says Okram LaFour.
Just visiting my friend, Yeah,
Friend.
not feeling too good. My teammate.
Oh, I do wish them the best. I'm sorry that you're waylaid. Anyway, I won't keep you all. Gives a small bow and begins to leave with the crowd.
I feel like if there's a choice screen in my head right now, but I feel like I've already made my choice. Like, I gotta let this shit go. There ain't no way it's gonna be a good idea to have this man help me, to be honest. It's just gonna go bad in one way or another. It's just like asking Upsilon almost.
As as everyone returns back to the homestead and is getting ready for rest, and preparing your room for the first time so it's as comfortable as possible. The Andrews tuck themselves in and get ready. 3 distinct things happen. We'll start with Thala. Thala, as you go and you sit down, you realize there's a note in your room. And the window to your room looks like it's been opened.
The hell?
The note that lays here for you, though, it's almost like it's made out of a foldable metal. Shining and nothing like anything that you've seen thus far from anything within the city. Do you open it?
I open it. I don't even know what it is now.
There are no words. There are no letters. There's just a weird looking vent or something of some kind and a button.
Ooh. I don't know how I feel about this. It's one of those moments where it's like, when you like send a text message and throw your phone across the room. That's what it feels like. You just press the button and throw the bitch. But like a vent with a butt.
Mm-hmm. It's like a little like circular. It's like a circle with little like weird grates with kind of like almost like a mesh in each grate and some sort of like kind of foamish looking material behind the grate. Or behind the mesh, I should say.
Maybe if I press the button, it'll talk. I feel like I would set it down, whether it be on the floor or whatever, and just kind of like reach over and press the button.
You immediately a voice starts playing. Oh, I'm sorry for the intrusion. I believe your name is Thala, something of the sort. But that doesn't matter to me. Well, I guess maybe it does kind of matter, but for the purposes of this, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I have some important information about one of your teammates, or supposed teammates, if you will, and I do believe that you and me should talk post-haste. My office hours are... And he gives you... reads out a bunch of office hours that would be tomorrow. Feel free to stop by any time, because I do have some good, well, perhaps maybe not good news for you or maybe for everyone, depending on who you trust to bring. But maybe don't bring, the weird one of your group, whatever he calls himself.
Yeah, I knew that. But okay.
And then it, stops. And then the message loudly starts playing again.
Okay, can I close it? Close it. Press the button. Can I press the button again? Will it stop?
It stops.
Jesus Christ, close it.
Who's the
I
weird one
don't
of the
know if
group?
I don't know if I like the return of Auntie Kala.
While this is going on, in Mina's room, Mina, you lay down in your bed. You hear a muffled from another room, and you're a little what? And as you think maybe to investigate it, you hear the murmuring again. The tree can speak again.
Oh.
And you hear, I am deep root. We need to talk. We must talk of the name Sequoia.
Oh yeah.
And while this is going on,
yeah.
and for the record, all of that was said in Treekin, so it was also much longer than that sentence. And while all of this is happening, Akama, you were doing the last couple things you wanted to do, kind of in the common area, and then there's a knock on the door.
All right now.
All right, I'm gonna go to the door.
Huh. His bag is empty of all mail save for one.
Oh, he's been busy.
And my condolences. He hands you the letter. They never send good news in those.
I open it.
He trots on.
Was it for you?
It is from the Aerinstarr watch.
Yo, your buddy didn't even make it out.
Oh,
They
no.
found Lyco's body.
Didn't make it.
I'm about to raise hell in this bitch.
Your buddy
Did they
didn't
say
make
anything
it.
about it, or just that?
That at your earliest convenience on the morrow, that you come and identify and collect what they have left specifically for you, as your name was mentioned within their their belongings.
What more can they take from me but my whole people?
It sucks, right? Yeah.
How we got all these people with all the peoples destroyed in the same party? This is what
And
happens when you got the two freaking free agent teams. Everyone that needs something is coming.
And as you stand there in the doorway, Sneed walks up the steps and kind of steps past you and walks to his room.
Bruh. You really had to ask who the weird one was?
And on that note, Sneed's returning. The bizarre voice memo to Thala. Deep Roots 3-hour conversation to say 7 words. And Akama staring at what he can only hope is wrong information, our session comes to its conclusion.
Yo.
I just lost like 3 family members in the span of like 30 minutes.
And with all of that, I will say we greatly missed having Healyth here. I was very smart and quick to just go, come, boom, get out of here.
I was wondering about that. I was like, that's highly convenient.
No, I kid.
Well, look, we'll hear about his memory
I am
next
a man.
time.
I am a man of many plans, and you'll just have to hear how this episode was originally going to go with him here, and how this storyline still ties in. When we do our post-season conversations, we talk about the stories untold and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we will bid you. Actually, before we do that, before I go too far into my goodbyes and we start waving with profuse joy, I enjoyed everyone's performance this session. I like the choices that people went for. I like the way characters were approached, and so our party, each with the exception of Healyth, will be getting one medium cinematic token.
Hey.
Ooh.
And on top of that, there are going to be some bonus things handed out to the party off screen that they can keep hidden or announce in the next session if they so do desire. But that will be for them to tell or to hide. So we'll find out what the party does. But with all of that said and done, I really do appreciate everyone who comes out and watches, whether you watch us live or you watch us after we have already aired. You mean the world to us, and we can't wait to see you here again on Cinematic Epic. But for now, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yay. Look at little Healy.
Love
Aw.
Healy down there.
Ding!
Oh my god! You gotta
Oh
move his
my
hand for him.
god.
It's weak.